All right, 3.5, we talked about slope. What is slope? How to find slope from a point or from the line using the graph. We said slope is rise over run. The equation for slope is what?
y2 minus y1 x2 minus.
Good. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And then we talked about the slope of a line that would be parallel, or two parallel lines. What's true about their slope? Parallel have same slope, congruent slope, good. And perpendicular? What's true about the slopes?
They're reciprocals.
And?
They're opposite.
Good. Opposite reciprocal. So flip the sign and find the reciprocal. So this says use the formula, the slope formula to determine the slope of the line that passes through M and N. So this is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we talked about this yesterday, but remember, it doesn't matter which ones you make the ones and which ones you make the twos as long as you're consistent within the point. So I'm going to make M x1 and y1 and N x2 and y2. So I get 1 minus 7 over negative 3 minus 3. I get negative 6 over negative 6, which simplifies to positive 1. Raise your hand if you got it right. Ooh. Okay, slow getting the hands up, but we're okay, yeah? All right, number 2 and 3 both said graph each pair of lines and then use the slopes to determine whether they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So I would start by plotting the points. So for A, it's negative 2, 5, so back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is A. B is negative 3, 1. That's one line. And then X, 0, negative 2, and 1, 2. That's the second line. So then I'm going to find the slopes. So the slope of AB is y2. So this is my y2. This is my y1. 1 minus 5 over negative 3 minus a negative 2. When you subtract a negative, it becomes positive. God bless you. So this is negative 4 over negative 1, or just positive 4. And then xy, y2 minus y1, 2 minus a negative 2, over 1 minus 0, minus a negative becomes plus, and I get 4 over 1, which is 4. So what's the relationship between these two lines? Good. AB is parallel to XY.
I have a question.
Yep.
Once you plot them, can't you just do that thing where
Yeah, you can count them. The only thing, remember we talked about yesterday, is sometimes you're not plotting and counting. I mean, sometimes you're not plotting and finding it. Sometimes you don't have a graph. And so it'd be easier to use the formula. But once you plot it, if you have a coordinate and you plot it, you can definitely count it and then compare it.
Let's say negative 3.
That's negative. It was a negative 3 minus a negative 2, so it became negative 3 plus 2. All right, and then 3. So this is M is 0, negative 2. N is 4, negative 4. That's my first line. S is 4, 1. And T is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 5. So just by looking at it, what are you ruling out? What are these definitely not? Parallel, okay? So now let's see if they're perpendicular. So MN, negative 4 minus a negative 2 over 4 minus 0. Negative 2 over 4, which is negative 1/2. And then ST, negative 5 minus 1 over 1 minus 4. Negative 6 over negative 3, which is positive 2. These are opposite and they are reciprocals. So MN is perpendicular, which is that upside down T, to ST.
on the quiz, can we just write perpendicular?
Yeah. If you don't do the upside down T, the word perpendicular is fine. Questions on any of that warm up?